What's happening, guys? Long time no see. I'd just like to say it's nice to be back. First off, it has a hexagonal shape which is fairly circular, which means that it should be more suited for defense stamina hybrids. However, its gimmick is that when launched hard, two pairs of wings will be drawn out that will give it a more squarish shape, which will now be more suited for attack. This is similar to the Cho-Z awakening system. As seen here, Cho-Z's Brigand's burst stoppers have been activated. I find that using a sparking launcher makes it easier to draw out both pairs of wings. If using, say, a Bay Launcher LR, it oftentimes only activates one pair of wings, which makes the layer unbalanced. Note that when both pairs of wings have been activated, it's relatively easy for the opponent to push them back in, especially during the start of the battle. Tempest has good burst resistance because, like all other Superking rings, it exposes the chassis teeth at a normal height. Glide has poor burst resistance because it doesn't fully expose the chassis teeth. As seen here, the teeth is almost at the same level of the chip hook. Take a closer look with this side-by-side comparison. Let's compare its weight against the other Superking right spin attack rings like Super, First, Brave, and Death. Based on these results, Tempest is the heaviest one. Very nice. To test its attack power, we'll use Tempest Diabolo's Outer Quick Dash 1S versus Perfect Phoenix Wheel Extend Plus. Because we're testing the ring, Outer was chosen because its shape will less likely contact the opponent's layer. For the first test, it will be with its wings retracted. As you can see, it doesn't hit as hard and just barely generates recoil. Even with multiple strong hits on the armorless Phoenix, it wasn't able to do squat. For the second test, the wings will be manually drawn out to simulate a hard launch. That hit pushed back a pair of its wings. That hit pushed back the other pair. However, the increase in recoil is just very slight, which means that its overall recoil isn't enough to be competitive. Now we'll replace Tempest with Super, then First, then Death, and then Brave to see if they will fare better. Super Diabolo's Outer Quick Dash 1S versus Perfect Phoenix Wheel Extend Plus. Super hits hard initially. It still has decent power near the end of the battle, as evidenced by being able to knock off the dead armor. First, Diabolo's Outer Quick Dash 1S versus Perfect Phoenix Wheel Extend Plus. First hits hard initially. Like Super, it still has decent power near the end of the battle, as evidenced by being able to knock off the dead armor. Death Diabolo's Outer Quick Dash 1S versus Perfect Phoenix Wheel Extend Plus. Death hits hard initially. Compared to Super and First, it has a little bit less power near the end of the battle. Brave Diabolo's Outer Quick Dash 1S versus Perfect Phoenix Wheel Extend Plus. Brave hits a little bit harder initially. Compared to Super and First, it has a little bit more power near the end of the battle. As a bonus, how do all of them compare to Judgment? Judgment Diabolo's Outer Quick Dash versus Perfect Phoenix Wheel Extend Plus. Judgment hits the hardest initially. Compared to Brave, it still has much more power near the end of the battle, as evidenced by being able to burst Perfect Phoenix from just one perfect hit. Based on these results, here are their Papabey rankings, arranged from the strongest to the weakest in terms of pure burst and/or smash attack power. Even if Tempest significantly outweighs Judgment, the former's superior shape for attack more than makes up for it. So if Tempest is not suited for attack, will it work better as a defense stamina hybrid? To test its stamina, we'll use Tempest Diabolo's Wheel Extend Plus 1S versus Perfect Phoenix Wheel Extend Plus. Note that pairing the 1S chassis with a non-dash driver like Extend Plus is a burst risk as shown in the Perfect Phoenix Wheel Extend Plus episode. With that aside, let's begin. To view the full 10-round battles, please go to the topmost pinned comment in the comment section. Well, what do we have here, guys? The king is dead. Long live the king. Next, we'll test how it holds up for pure defense. We'll use Tempest Diabolo's Outer Extend Plus 1S versus Judgment Diabolo's Sting Extreme Dash. Note that doing a hard launch will draw out its wings and serve as an additional layer of defense. Although it generally works, take caution as the increase in velocity will make it more prone to get knocked out or worse, get burst. Based on these results, it did pretty good. If it can withstand the first impact of Judgment, it will more than likely win via a spin finish. Lastly, we'll test its spin equalization performance. We'll use Tempest Diabolo's Wheel Extend Plus 1S versus Master Diabolo's Wheel Extend Plus. Master in left spin poses a problem to any opponent's layer in spin equalization due to its shape. As seen here, it's not bad and it's not good, which is good. It's just a garden variety gimmickless Superking chip with a removable chip core. Therefore, its weight will now be the only determining factor to see if it's meta-worthy or not. Dragon is lighter than both Hyperion and Diabolos. Therefore, it's not worth using it over them. It was first released in the booster Super Hyperion Exceed 1A. As mentioned in my review, these two contact points can generate a lot of recoil to knock out its opponent. To remove the variable of the ring hitting the opponent, we'll be using a ringless combo in Diabolos Quick Dash 1A. Now, let's compare it to the 2A chassis with 3 contact points using the same combo. As shown by the tests, 2A has a slight edge in attack power compared to 1A. How about LAD? We'll use the same combos with Extend Plus in Stamina mode instead of Quick Dash and pit them against Master Diabolos Real Extend Plus. Based on these results, 2A clearly owns 1A in terms of LAD with Extend Plus. Compared to Charge, the entire bottom part has been completely redesigned. Charge has a solid flat plastic tip with no metal portions on the center, which gives it an outward weight distribution design. Charge Metal, on the other hand, has a hollow flat metal tip with almost all of its surface covered with metal except for the 6 small holes near its edges. This gives it more of a central weight distribution design. As a result of having more metal portions, it is significantly heavier than Charge. Charge Metal, having a hollow tip even if it's metal, gives it slightly less contact with the stadium floor. Hence, when doing a flat launch, it circles around the tornado ridge a bit slower than Charge. After a few laps around the tornado ridge, Charge Metal will continue to circle the inner radius for quite some time before settling to the center. Compare this with Charge, wherein after a few laps around the tornado ridge, it will immediately settle to the center. One thing to note is how much more raw stamina Charge Metal has over Charge. Here's how using a rubber tip driver like Quick Dash can hold a flower pattern well to deal constant attack to its opponents. Charged Metal can do it initially and only for a short time, but the flower pattern movement is erratic and it isn't very consistent. Charge, on the other hand, can barely do it at all. In terms of LAD, both can beat rubber-tipped drivers like Quick Dash, which isn't really an accomplishment. In addition, both can either only just tie or narrowly lose to Atomic, which is already at the bottom of the barrel in terms of LAD. Lastly, in a same spin stamina matchup of Perfect Phoenix Wheel Charge versus Perfect Phoenix Wheel Extend Plus, it doesn't stand a chance. In summary, Charged Metal over Charge is an upgrade in raw stamina, weight, and knockout resistance, but is a downgrade in tornado stalling speed and burst resistance. That's all for now, folks. In the next episode, would Tempest Diabolos Hybrid 1S replace Perfect Phoenix Ignition Dash as the top dog defense stamina hybrid? Tune in again to find out. Same Papabey time, same Papabey channel.